Welcome everyone to Tuesday's training tips. This is Lovey, and good girl, know who I am, Caroline Best, founder of the Tao of Horsemanship. So today's tip is about killing two birds with one stone. What an awful saying. But the point I want to make is if you have a horse that has a lot of go, this tip is going to help. And that's just as important because it has to do with the nervous system regulation or dysregulation. And the second piece of this training tip is working on the big stretchy walk while you ride. And if I had my GoPro attached, which it's broken, so I need to get a new one, I would show you with two hands how it would help Lovey lower her nose to the ground. And that is a technique that involves contact and your horse following a feel, and I call it feeding the rein. So I would be feeding the rein down, and I'm going to halt. I would be feeding the rein down. And so let me see here as I put my whip under my leg, and I'm going to grab, see what I can do here with both hands, or one hand, the reins. And right now this is a position of riding one rein, and instead of just being on the buckle, which is at the end of your rope, and that's a nice way to ride too if you really trust your horse though, and your horse is really connected to you and in their parasympathetic nervous system, right? Their nervous system is calm and regulated, and yes, but you also have to learn how to quickly grab those reins, and then we're going to create a split rein. This is Western reining right now, except this is with the lead rope. We're going to crisscross it, and that's how I'm going to hold the reins together so I can have contact in my right rein, and I can have contact depending on how the tension in my left rein. Good girl, Love. So the nervous system regulation, Lovey still has a lot to go. It's definitely bred into her, but it's also how they ruined her on the track, or not on the track, but training for racing. She never made a race. There you go, good girl. So she still has trigger points, and I have yet to put a solid foundation on her. That's what we keep working at piecemeal. And so that's why this is so good for any horse that has more go, as well as we're going to work on your contact. And so let's see what I can do here with two hands. So right now, you can hear Blue screaming in the background perhaps because he's in his stall. We're dealing with severe buddy sour issues. So I have two hands now on the reins, and I'm going to give her a little bit of contact. And basically all I'm doing is seesawing, and the seesawing back and forth, sorry I don't have my GoPro, seesawing back and forth breaks the leverage at the pole, breaks open the pole. So when you go one side and you go to the other side and you do it quickly, left to right, you're basically, we call this seesawing. You never want to do it with a bit, ever. We don't have a bit. This is bitless. So what it does is it asks, the pressure is beneath her chin, and it's pulling at her pole, and it's asking her pole to open up and come down into that contact. And then I'm gonna leave her alone down there. So this is how you start feeding. She's closing her eyes. There's part of the nervous system right there regulating. This is how you start communicating through your hands that, hey, I want you to follow my feel, follow my contact as I feed the reins. Yes, they're coming down. And I want you to stretch. Open up now your withers and your shoulder. So now she's opening up her thoracic sling, her shoulder area, her withers, and her whole back just raised. So instead of riding concave, she's now convex when she's at this headset. And so for Lovey, with a lot of go, we're going to go Come on, Bibbs. Yep, I know, you were just sleeping there. This is amazing. And honestly, the first time I got on Lovey, I spent 3 to 4 weeks just sitting on her and getting her to relax into my contact, because any bit of contact sent her flinging her head backwards, and she almost smashed me in the face many times. And yes, she almost reared many times. So there's a third thing we can help a horse. Don't go, just stand there and get on and stay still. Do not ask for a walk, and work on getting your horse to trust contact, the pressure around the and the hands on those reins. So you guys have language of conversation now before you ever walk off and limbs can start to escalate. So she's got a nice quiet walk, a slow walk. I wanted to speed up a little bit. Good, she's dropping her head even more. That's good. I've got both hands on the reins. I'm seesawing. Yeah, good. So there you go. So once she starts to really lower that head, I'm going to leave her alone and go to one rein. Yep, and we're just going to keep this position and just keep a nice big walk. Medium to big walk, stretchy walk, because that's what we refer to as Pilates. It's just like you doing a power walk. This isn't quite a power walk. That's my neighbors. Not quite a power walk, but we are working on a bigger walk. Good girl. All right, so that seemed to have spooked her just a little bit. So I'm going to ask her head to come down, because the science with that is when a horse's head is below their withers, they start to release endorphin and dopamine eventually. But the endorphin is what we want in her system, her nervous system, because endorphin is the feel-good hormone. So this is the parasympathetic nervous system. This is why this is so important. So she got a little bit up with the neighbor sneezing or screaming, I'm not sure. And I just asked her to listen to my hands again and relax and trust me. Now, I couldn't have done this 10 years ago. It would have caused a complete panic in her, because she didn't trust me and she wanted to see what was going on. She wanted to take care of herself. So this does take a lot of time and a lot of trust, you guys. So let's review the 3 points for today. Is one, we're working on creating a lot more whoa in our horse with go by getting them used to walking in a nice big relaxed walk. Don't try to control the walk. The bigger the better. Eventually it'll slow down, but you want to get that head below the withers. So you want to work on contact at a halt when you first get on your horse. And I teach all of that through my suppling in my big program. You can learn all of this. You can also start this with my intro to lunging, the art of lunging, where we start to help the horse regulate their nervous system and learn to stretch their top line and relax naturally on their own and when they're ready. All right. I look forward to your comments and any questions. Have a great day.